Now let us discuss the basics of genotype and phenotype. As you all have come across these words many number of times, what is a phenotype or what is a genotype? So let's start with this concept, because the understanding of phenotype and genotype is very important when you are studying genetics. So this concept of phenotype and genotype was given by Johnson in 1909. Okay, so he formulated this concept of genotype and phenotype. So what do we mean by genotype? It is the sum total of genes inherited from both the parents, irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. Means the total number of genes. It refers to what? Sum total of genes inherited from both the parents. As you all know that zygote is formed after fertilization. So zygote contains the genes from both the parents. Means if the first cell is a zygote, right? So this zygote is containing genes from both the parents, from mother also, from father also. So genotype is what? It is the sum total of genes inherited from both the parents, irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. Now what does this line means? Irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. For example, if we have a genotype of an organism, say an uppercase letter T and an uppercase letter T, and another genotype we have an uppercase letter T and a lowercase letter t. So what is going to happen? You must remember that if the dominant allele, dominant gene is present, it is going to be expressed. If a recessive gene is present, this is not going to be expressed. Why? Because in this case also we have at least one dominant gene, and when one dominant gene is present, the recessive will not be expressed. So in both the cases we will be having a tall P plant. For example, this T, this capital T or the uppercase letter T is encoding for a tall P plant. It means that in both the cases we are going to have a tall P plant according to law of dominance, which states that if this dominant allele is present, dominant gene is present, this is going to be expressed no matter what is the other gene. So if this recessive is present, but with this recessive allele one dominant is also present, so this recessive is not going to be expressed. You will only have tall P plant in both the cases. So this is irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. It depends, they will be expressed or not. So genotype is the sum total of genes inherited from both the parents. Like during fertilization we have genes from mother also and from father also, from both the parents, irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. So remember that this is for pure tall. This gene combination is for what? It is for pure tall. This you can say it will be a hybrid tall plant, because at least it has a gene for recessive character also, for dwarfness also. So hybrid tall. And if we have a combination like this, this will be pure dwarf. So this is what is a genotype is. Okay. So let us revise. Genotype is sum total of genes inherited from both the parents, from mother and from father, irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. For example, if I told you that this combination or this combination both are going to produce what? A taller P plant. We have a recessive gene over here, but this is not going to be expressed because of the presence of this dominant gene. So in both the cases we are going to have tall P plant. So this a capital T or capital T, this is encoding for a pure tall P plant, this is encoding for a hybrid tall P plant, and this is going to encode for a pure dwarf P plant. Alright, I hope this is now very clear to you all. Let us start with phenotype now. What is a phenotype? It refers to the expressed or observable structural and functional traits produced by the interaction of genes and environment. So in simpler terms, how will I define phenotype is whatever you are observing with your eyes, whatever you are going to see, this will be the phenotype. For example, if you are going to see a tall P plant, that tallness is the phenotype, okay. But this is what? This is the genotype, which is encoding, which is explaining you about what? It is explaining you about the genes. But the phenotype is something which is going to be observed, right? For example, it is that thing that is going to be expressed or observable structural and functional traits produced by the interaction of genes and environment. If I have to cite an example over here, we can cite an example, for example, color blindness in man. Okay, so this is an observable trait, color blindness in man. Another example that we can cite over here is this same tallness in pea plant. Okay, this is another example, tallness in pea plant. What other example can you cite here is, if you talk about blood groups, so many of you have got your blood group tested. In fact, all of us have our blood groups tested. What happens during blood group testing is, some sort of test is done on a slide, they make some antigens, and after that you observe something. So blood groups is an observable trait after we check it out. So this can also be an example of a phenotype character, because it is being expressed, it is observable. So phenotype refers to the expressed or observable structural and functional traits produced by the interaction of genes and environment. Now see, when I talk about interaction of genes, what do we mean to say about interaction of genes? As you can see here, what is going to happen here? We have two different genes. One is encoding for tallness and the other is encoding for dwarfness. So their combination is going to produce a hybrid tall plant. But the observable trait will be, when you look at this type of plant with this genotype from outside, from your eyes, what will you see? You will see a tall pea plant. So that means that the phenotype is the expressed or observable structural and functional trait produced by the interaction of genes and their environment. Now when I talk about environment, in summers our skin gets easily tanned. Why the skin gets easily tanned? Because our skin is exposed to direct sun rays, right? So that is the phenotype, because now it is depending upon the environmental conditions. Since it's very hot, we are facing direct sun rays, our skin gets tanned. So this is an example of phenotype. Okay, so remember, what is this genotype and phenotype? Genotype is a sum total of genes inherited from both the parents, irrespective of whether they are expressed or not. These are the examples. And what is phenotype? It refers to the expressed or observable structural and functional traits produced by the interaction of genes and environments. These are the examples. Okay. Now when in the examination you are asked to differentiate between genotype and phenotype, so here are a few points that we are going to discuss. First point, for phenotype, it is the expression of a trait. As we have already discussed in this definition, phenotype is the expression of a trait. Means if I say tallness, pure tall, not, if I say just tallness, this tallness or color blindness in man, tallness in pea plant, this is an example of what? It is an example of phenotype. But when you talk about genotype, it is a gene equipment that determines a trait. These gene combinations are going to determine the trait, the characteristic trait that is going to be the phenotype of that organism. So these are the genotype. This is an example of genotype. Next, it can be noted by direct observation of an individual. When you look through your eyes, you can see a tall pea plant. You can differentiate a tall pea plant from a dwarf pea plant. So means these phenotype traits, they are noted by direct observation of an individual. But genotype, it can be ascertained from the ancestry or progeny of an individual. They cannot be directly observed, but they are ascertained from the ancestry or progeny of an individual. Next, individuals having similar phenotype may or may not have similar genotype. For example, this is the best example for this. As you can see, if we have a combination like this and if we have a combination like this, both of these combinations are going to encode for a tall pea plant. See, the genotype is not the same. This is homozygous, this is heterozygous. Why homozygous? Because both are uppercase letters, and this is heterozygous because one is uppercase and another is lowercase. Means one is encoding for a dominant character, other is encoding for a recessive character. So now you can make out that these are different combinations, but still they are going to be expressed, and they are going to be expressed as tallness. We'll have a tall pea plant whose genotype is this. So this is how this point can be made clear. Individuals having similar phenotype may or may not have similar genotype. They may or may not have similar genotype, but the phenotypic character, that is tallness, is the same. Next, individuals having similar genotype develop similar phenotype in the same environment. If the genotype is same, definitely then the phenotype is going to be same. If we have this genotype, or if we have this genotype in another case also, means what is going to happen? The phenotype is going to be same in the same environment. Why they have mentioned this word environment, remember? Because phenotype does depend on environmental conditions also. Genotype does not depend, but the phenotype does depend. So if individuals, they have similar genotype, they are going to develop similar phenotype in the same environmental conditions. Why? Because phenotype is affected by the environmental conditions, as I told you about the skin tanning in summers, right? So this is how environment has an influence on the phenotype of an organism. But if the environmental conditions are same, the genotype is same, the phenotype is definitely going to be same. So individuals having similar genotype develop similar phenotype in the same environment. Next, individuals having different phenotypes have different genotypes. So you all know that if we have a combination like this is going to encode for what? For dwarfness, right? So what does this means? This is going to encode for dwarfness, means individuals having different phenotypes have different genotypes. Now this phenotype, that is dwarfness, is going to have this genotype, and this phenotype, that is tallness, is going to have this or this genotype. So individuals having different phenotypes have different genotypes, okay? But individuals having different genotypes may have the same phenotype. Again, if you have these two genotypes, they can have this same phenotype. But in that case, in phenotypes, if you had different phenotypes, tallness and dwarfness, you have different genotypes. See the difference of the genotypes. But in this case, in case of genotype, individuals having different genotypes may have the same phenotype. For example, in this case, see the genotype is different in both the cases, but the phenotype is same. Next, the last point, it is determined by genotype. Phenotypic character is what? Determined by genotype, genes, and it is not influenced by phenotype. The genotype is not influenced by phenotype, okay? So this genotype is going to determine what is going to be the phenotype of the offspring, but genotype is not influenced by the phenotype of the organism. So remember, this concept of phenotype and genotype was given by Johnson in 1909. What does genotype refers to? It refers to sum total of the genes. Phenotype refers to the expressed or observable structure and functional traits. These are the differences. I hope now these are very clear to you, because